Following video is not made for kids. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello to my subscribers, this is the TFangi coming to you with one of the more controversial Transformers figures to be released in 2021, and it is the Transformers Studio Series. Wait, are they serious? This is a Voyager class figure? But it's the size of a deluxe. Anyway, so that's the reason why this figure is one of the more controversial figures to be released in 2021. This is Studio Series 86 Hot Rod, and Hot Rod infamously is the exact same size as a deluxe class Transformers figure, but because he comes within a whole bunch of accessory pieces, Hasbro and Takara felt that Hot Rod was being packaged with enough accessory pieces that he infamously has been sold and marketed as being a Voyager class size Transformers figure. So it's starting to get to the point that Hasbro and Takara are going to just downsize Transformers action figures by uh, uh, applying the names of smaller Transformers figures to the larger size class names. Takara showed off that they're repainting Siege Starscream and selling him as a leader class Transformers figure in the Transformers Premium Finish line. So everyone can blame, just like the way everyone blames Hot Rod for Optimus Prime's death. I still blame Hasbro. People can now use Studio Series Hot Rod as being the figure that started the trend of deluxes now being called Voyagers and Voyagers now being called leader class figures and blah blah. As downsizing it, is something nobody's ever liked. So yeah, here's Studio Series Hot Rod. Inside his box, there's some artwork of him, and the scene in the Transformers Generation 1 movie that Hot Rod is based on, and the backdrop that his box comes in is the moment he takes back the Matrix of Leadership, which was stolen by Galvatron in the film, and it's the moment right before he upgrades into Rodimus Prime. So yes, he does come with the Autobot Matrix of Leadership, as you can see right there. That's one of the accessory pieces. The other accessory pieces Hot Rod comes with are the dual laser guns that he used throughout the movie. He comes with the buzzsaw weapon that he was shown using in one scene, and I believe Hot Rod never used the buzzsaw again. And of course, he comes with some uh, blast effects parts. I don't know if they're new or if they're reused from a previous figure, but I believe they are brand new. They're kind of hard to see in the box since they're blue and it's a blue background inside the box. Here's some artwork of Hot Rod on the side of the box. Here's the same image on the other side of the box where he's holding the Matrix of Leadership. Coming around here to the back of the box, you've got Hot Rod in his robot mode and in his vehicle mode of a Cybertronian sports car. He transforms back and forth in 29 steps. There's the backdrop up that he comes with inside his box. And it's the scene in the movie where he's inside the depths of Unicron, so it's right before he fights Galvatron. He takes back the Matrix of Leadership and right before he upgrades into Rodimus Prime. And Hot Rod's one sentence bio read: Hot Rod lights the darkest hour. So yeah, even though I blame Hasbro, a lot of Transformers fans and collectors have blamed Hot Rod for being the character who caused Optimus Prime to die in the Transformers Generation 1 1986 movie, or the Transformers the movie as it's officially named. So even though his one sentence bio read that he likes the darkest hour, since a lot of Transformers fans and collectors blame Hot Rod for Optimus Prime's death, everyone blames Hot Rod for creating the darkest hour. So yeah, uh, Hot Rod, because of how he was introduced to the Transformers franchise. He's one of the Transformers characters where you either love him or you hate him, and there's not much middle ground with Hot Rod in terms of Transformers fans who debate about whether or not if Hot Rod truly was responsible for Optimus Prime's death. I still blame Hasbro. But yes, without further delay, now that we've looked at Hot Rod inside his box, let's get him out and take a close look at him in his robot mode. And so here is Studio Series Hot Rod out of his box and in his robot mode. And again, even though he's been sold as a Voyager class figure, he is the size of a deluxe figure. But again, he comes with a whole bunch of accessory pieces. I didn't take all of them out of the plastic packaging thing because there isn't really any place for them to be permanently attached to Hot Rod. So there's the Matrix of Leadership. You got two blast effects, which on the image on the back of the box, they're supposed to be like afterburners coming out of his exhaust pipe, and then this black ass effect here you're supposed to put on the front of the Matrix of Leadership, and you can reenact the split-second scene when Hot Rod activates the Matrix of Leadership and he's upgraded into Rodimus Prime. So here is Hot Rod holding his two laser guns, and I gotta say, Hot Rod, he is pretty impressive looking. He does have a lot of articulation. His head is technically on a ball joint, so he can go up and down. And you got universal jointed shoulders, swivel joints at the knee, at the elbow, bend at the elbow, wrist swivels, the waist can rotate 360 degrees in both directions. Hot Rod can do the full splits. His legs can go forward and backward. His legs can go forward that far, but they only go back that far because it hits the middle of his waist. No thigh swivels. He has double hinge jointed knees, but the lower hinge joint is actually more of a transformation joint. Right? And he does have ankle rockers, so you can get him into a wide-legged pose if you desire. One gimmick that Hot Rod has is that you can fold up the top of his helmet, and then you can flipping this blue part down, you can fold down and you can give Hot Rod the visor that he sometimes uses. That's a cool feature that Hot Rod possesses there, of having his flip out visor. That is the only other Hot Rod figure I've seen do that is the Masterpiece figure. And again, a lot of the Transformers figures that have been released in the year 2021, and they've, in the minds of most Transformers fans and collectors, look like miniaturized versions of Masterpiece scale Transformers. And there is truth to that. The same designers at Takara Tomy who designed the Masterpiece Transformers figures also designed a lot of the War for Cybertron trilogy, studio series, and a lot of the exclusive Transformers figures that have been released this year. And another accessory piece Hot Rod comes with, you have to rotate and fold away one of his hands to attach it, but he comes with the same buzzsaw weapon that he was shown using in the Transformers Generation 1 movie. Throughout the third season of the Transformers G1 cartoon series, while he was upgraded into Rodimus Prime, I don't believe Rodimus Prime retained this buzzsaw weapon that could be flipped out from the interior of one hand. And so it's a gimmick Hot Rod possessed while he was still Hot Rod. So that's a nice thing you can do there if you want to give Hot Rod more weapons than what he already has. Unfortunately, the laser gun that you take out of his other hand, there's no real place to store it except here on the back of his shin. But yeah, all in all, I really enjoy how Hot Rod came out. For a size comparison with another Hot Rod action figure, here he is next to the Reveal the Shield version of Hot Rod. This figure is a repaint of the Transformers Classics Hot Rod that was released way back in 2006, so Hot Rod has always been a favorite character of Hasbro since he was one of the characters who was given a modern day figure, one of the first ones way back in 2006. So you can see here how the engineering airing on Transformers action figures has changed from 2006 to 2021. So yeah, really impressive with how the engineering has advanced in that time frame. So without further delay, we will get Hot Rod transformed into his vehicle mode. I will share my final thoughts and we will wrap up the review. Alright, and so here is Studio Series 86 Hot Rod transformed into his vehicle mode of a Cybertronian sports car. And I gotta say, it is pretty accurate to his animation model from the G1 series. The only place to store Hot Rod's weapons is right up here on his roof, and unfortunately, trying to shove the chainsaw on top, as you can see right there, those stress marks were not there before I tried to attach it. So yeah, that is very discouraging, having stress marks that prominent. From trying to shove the chainsaw there into place. There's no other proper weapon storage for the chainsaw. So that is a bit discouraging right there. Here. So to wrap up the review for a quick size comparison, here is Studio Series 86 Hot Rod next to Reveal the Shield Classics Hot Rod. In robot mode, this figure was taller, but in vehicle mode, this one is longer, so they're both roughly the same size, and this was a deluxe class figure when it was sold back in 2006. So yes, Studio Series 86 Hot Rod, even though he's sold as a Voyager class figure, he's a deluxe class figure, so you decide if you enjoy that or not. So do I recommend getting Studio Series 86 Hot Rod if you find him? I do recommend getting him, but I do not recommend paying more than his retail price tag of $30, since it's $30 for a Transformers figure this size is that's rubbish to me. Thank you guys all so much. This has been the TFN Geek. Remember, please like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell icon on for notifications. Stay safe, stay healthy. Until next time, you guys. Transform and roll out. Goodbye, everyone.